All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. It seems like this recent runner technical analysis video is going well, so I'm going to try to do this every day if I can. We are going to look at what seem to be the two biggest ones, and I mean this first one, dropping 125 in a single day, right? That is definitely something you cannot ignore, all right? Real quick, before we get into the details, what are we going to do today? Same thing we do all the time, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how things are setting up. We have our 5 moving averages. This is the first time I'm doing this video, so I'll draw some horizontal support and resistance lines. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, if you can please like and subscribe, it does really well with the YouTube algorithms. But even if you don't, I am so grateful that you're here and watching this. So thank you so much, okay? And then look, if you disagree with anything I have to say, please throw it in the comments, all right? I'm not here pretending I'm some perfect guru with a with a crystal ball. Like, I am just a regular person, right? And if your opinions end up being better than mine, I for sure want to know them, right? So, it's a two-way street here, okay? So let's get into the details. And man, I can't stress how interesting of a chart this looks like. I always start up here, but let's quickly talk about what's going on down here. First off, that's a really nice RSI. It's definitely a super low rating. This RSI alone says that there might be some movement upwards still here, right? It's by no means are we in the 100 like we see here. We're not even near the 70s or the 80s, right? I mean, this is a really healthy number with a beautiful green over red, and it looks like the green wants to keep going up, okay? This isn't a bad MACD. Obviously, red over green is not good, but clearly it's trying to do some sort of recovery here, right? I think the fact that these two aren't quite the same, though, is a little interesting for sure. If the MACD looked like this, if they both were green over red and it looked like the green wanted to go up, it really would be a completely different, thing. You know what I mean? But these two being a little different kind of bothers me. But yeah, I like that I'm seeing that same recovery and that same spike up that I see. So hopefully tomorrow might actually get this over. Volume is going to be key. And look how far I'm zooming out. Look, I'm assuming there's not much more. We'll kind of just stay here. This is for sure the biggest volume in a very long time. And even yesterday was one of the 4 biggest out of however long this thing's been trading for, right? We'll obviously find out when we look at the weekly, right? But look, volume needs to, the last thing we want is volume to drop from 30 million down to 3 million, down to 5. I don't want this little insignificant volume tomorrow. I need at least 14, 15, give me at least half the volume from today. I'll be cool with that, all right? What really matters, though, is all up here. And I'm going to start with making a couple lines. Look, if it gets over that, could get silly. And we're going to talk about this wick for sure. There are people that bought right here and right here. There's a lot of people that literally lost more than 50% on today's trading. Okay, as easy as it is to focus here, so look, at least one single buy happened all the way at, what's that high number, 2660. Someone bought it right here and then just watched it drop all the way to here. That's not good, okay? So don't underestimate that, all right? This obviously is a beautiful day, obviously really good next to the other day, obviously smashes all the moving averages. There's so many easy things to look at that are good, but for real, someone lost a lot of money today. A lot of people lost a good amount of money today. I don't know how far they held it, right? But yeah, I mean, someone bought at some bad points. Obviously, today's candle is going to matter a lot. Obviously, this was the first line, right? I said obviously too many times there. But yeah, this line matters a lot. Tomorrow needs to break 1080. I need to do better than this. And look, in all honesty, if you're going to break all 5 moving averages on a single candle, you kind of need to open up here and go. You know what I mean? I need I say if you break 2, give me good confirmation. If you're going to break every single one, can you imagine the level of confirmation I need, right? So a couple realistic things might happen. We might end up around here tomorrow. What's this? At 9. We might drop to 9 tomorrow. I can see us kind of living in these 3 lines. And honestly, I would be okay with that because if you watch my videos, we don't want to go any lower than this right here. Okay, obviously you really don't want to go lower than the three moving averages, but roughly speaking, this line is 50% candle, half and half, right? And if you lose this, it should be a really quick drop there. And then the very last thing you want to do is lose this one, okay? There are not that many lines I can draw here, right? I'm for sure setting a couple alerts, I'll tell you that much. I would love to know when we're at 1312. Give me a penny over that line. I for sure want to know when we're at 1081, right? A penny over that line. I actually, like I said, I think we're coming back to here. I'm actually all right with that because I think even if we come to right here, that might still shoot. Again, I don't know that the math on how any of these lines work, right? I just kind of read them afterwards, right? But I don't know if we're gonna get the monster. If we get the monster confirmation, we're breaking this line and we're flying. You know what I mean? So, I'm not necessarily giving a great reading. Again, I think my target is going to be this like 920 number, give or take. But yeah, for real, we can break 13. We might even break that number and get super, super silly. I'm not going to draw a line up here, but yeah, if we can break that 2660 we just talked about, that'll only make it that much better, right? Where are we on the weekly? Look, how long has this thing been trading for? Not that long. All right, it's actually a fairly new stock, but yeah, makes zero. Like you could have. This is just it demolished any week of trading this week, right? So. Again, volume's going to be king here. On the weekly, this thing's obviously destroyed all these. What's the 8 at on this thing? Okay, 965. I think 965 might be a better target. Maybe it'll do its best to stay over the 8 on tomorrow's weekly close. Otherwise, yeah, it's gonna break the line and fly. There's almost no in between. It's really gonna it's either gonna do. I guess there is an in between. It's either gonna do incredibly well, it's going to land around 9, or it's going to drop to like one of these ones. I think that's the best I can give on this guy. But for real, this is an interesting chart, to say the least, all right? GGAA, let's check this one out. Man, this one's almost exactly the same. Jesus. Okay, so look, a couple things are not exactly the same, all right? First off, this RSI is at 98, all right? It looks like it's been, it's actually hit 100 all of these days. It's been at 100. You can see as I'm going, the RSI number's not moving. So I guess in some ways it knows how to live there. Jesus, let me look at the weekly chart real quick. Man, this is a very, very weird stock. I'll be real honest, okay? There was zero. I don't even know what the volume was. Yes, 69,000, all right? Day before that, 69,000, all right? And then all of a sudden, it goes up basically 10x to 6,900, obviously 7,700, right? But yeah, it jumps so much. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think this one's going to do that well tomorrow. I might be dead wrong, and obviously I'm going to set some alerts so that if I'm wrong, I can at least jump in. But yeah, if we get, this is almost the exact same way we set up Lunar, right? If you can get over this line, yeah, it could get real silly, right? I can see 50% candle. I think that's a little high. I think that's a little closer to half. I could see 50. I can think I'll even a little lower. I'm not here for perfection. Whatever. That's too low. Jesus Christ. I just wasted minutes doing that. Roughly 50. In all honesty, we might be coming back down here to where all the moving averages are sitting. But what did this actually close at? 1705. So let's take that up to that. Whatever. I did even worse. Jesus. Look at that. Okay, 1706 is for sure what I want to know. If you can cross over that. And then let's edit that to not look silly. Perfect. Okay, cool. Again, I'm a little more bullish. I'm a lot more bullish on this one because this for real is an anomaly. Like, I don't like what happened here. I don't know if they just kind of decided who they were going to SPAC team up with. I really don't know what the story is here, but man, this is way too big an anomaly. This is a really, really high RSI. I really am expecting volume to drop to like, man, maybe 150-ish, give or take, maybe 80-ish, give or take. You know what I mean? So I am going to go super negative here. But yeah, you saw it. I set those alerts. I definitely want to know what happens. It's funny. I think I'm actually going to set an alert for this line too, because I could see it dropping to here and then maybe doing a, I'm not going to set the alert. All I really care about is the one cracking up. I think that's where I end this video. Hey, if you disagree with anything, let me know. Otherwise, yeah, I sincerely appreciate your time. Hey, have a great one.